Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at another expansion for Endless Winter Paleo-Americans, and this time it's Ancestors. Ancestors is going to basically have cards to replace all the other cards in your base game or switch them out as you choose. So let's go ahead down to the table here. I'm going to show you what comes with this pretty beefy expansion, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is the Ancestors expansion for Endless Winter Paleo-Americans. Now, in this game here, this expansion for the game here, you're basically just getting replacements. So you get 5 new of the tribe cards. They'll replace the tribe cards that are available for each of the different types. And you're going to get 60 new animals. These will replace the animals in each of the decks too. So you will also get new chieftain cards, double-sided, and those can be used in place of or randomly for the different chieftains. And you'll get new culture cards, one's for age 1 and one's for age 2. Now, simply for these culture cards, you can just shuffle them in. So you don't have to do anything special for them, you can just shuffle them in. Now, these tribe cards that you can get to replace in here, a lot of these actually have to do with going to specific places now, as you can see here. So if you go to these locations that are related to itself, you'll get additional things like here you can spend a labor to get 2 axes if you use that action space. And the eclipse bonuses are pretty nice for these. A lot of them have to do with points, as you can see, and gaining some resources. But basically you can pick and choose which tribal ones you want to use. And I'll just bring these up close so you can see each one. Here's this guy. And we have this one, and here we have this guy, and this one, and finally this guy here. This was my favorite. I really like placing down camps and moving them, and this card's really good for that. So I do like that. I like the area control thing in Endless Winter. It's really cool. So you also get these animals, and you can pick and choose which one you want to have in for each of the types. Some of them are really cool, and they actually give eclipse abilities now. Every eclipse now, instead of end game scoring for this guy, depending on however many I have, is how many resources I get. So if I have 2 bisons out, I will get a meat and a point. If I have 3 bisons out, I'll put this in focus so you can actually see what's happening here. If I have 3 bisons out, I will get a meat, a point, and an axe. If I have 4 bisons out, I'll get a meat, a point, an axe, and 2 more points. If I harvest this guy here, I will be able to place a camp, move a camp, and get 3 meat. So that's really cool. This guy right here, the cave lion, if I harvest him, I'll get a culture card and a meat. During the eclipse phase, if I have 1 of them, I'll get a meat. If I have 2 of them, I'll get a meat and a point. If I have 3 of them, I'll get a meat, point, and axe. And I have 4 of them, I'll get a meat, point, axe, and 2 more points. And that, just so you know, that the eclipse phase on all of these is going to be the same, so I'm not going to keep reading them off. But this here, dire wolf here, if I harvest them, I'll be able to bury a card and get 4 meat. This guy right here, I'll get to move up the totem track twice and gain a meat. This guy here, I'll be able to get a one of these cards and 2 meat. This one here, I'll be able to place a monolith. So those are the animals. You can mix and match and choose which way you want to put them in. So you'll notice this guy's pretty cool with Eclipse Phase, where you'll be able to harvest a animal and gain a point. Lots of cool things that you can basically add more replayability to the game. So that's basically what you're going to be getting with the Ancestors expansion for Endless Winter. Let's go ahead back up the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So I really love this expansion. This expansion is amazing. Component quality, awesome, just like any of the other Endless Winter stuff. Super high quality cards. And that's what the majority of this is cards. I love the alternate chieftain cards that you can use. I love the alternate tribal cards you can use. I love the extra cultural cards you can use. And I love the alternate animal cards that you can swap out. This expansion is wonderful. This expansion does everything an expansion should do for a game. This expansion adds replayability. Well, not that Endless Winter's doesn't already have enough replayability. This adds more replayability in a good way. You can swap in and out the different cards, the different animals, and the different warriors, and have a different feel to the game. Just great for that. And there's not anything additional you need to teach for this. The iconography didn't change. It's the same from the base game. There's just different effects. Well, I mean, the animal thing, you might have to explain a little bit. That is a little bit of change. So I did forget about that. Where the animals were, instead of gaining points for your sets at the end of the game, you're going to get resources at the end of every eclipse phase, which is awesome. And also pushes that animal collection, getting those animals from there, to get those bonuses that are progressive for the more that you have of the same type of animal. Really like that. It adds more strategy to getting those animals. Not that there wasn't before, but this is more like in-game immediate, which is really fun. It's really cool to have those sets down in every eclipse phase, get all those cool resources, and everyone's like, what are you doing? It's really cool. Very good expansion. I would consider, out of all the expansions for Endless Winter, this is the essential one. So if you get one single expansion for Endless Winter, I highly recommend it's this one. This one, like I said, is what I love in expansions. Expansions that add replayability without adding complexity. The people, once you've learned Endless Winter, or you're getting into Endless Winter, that's what you expect. Also, this is a great expansion that you can just put in and have a new player learn them. It's not any different. Like I said, the iconography didn't change. So, highly recommend this expansion for Endless Winter. Thank you for watching.